Hello, beautiful, amazing, fantastic world, and you, magnificent, wonderful individual. Today, I would like to speak about the spirit refuses to be defined and boxed in. That means, once, if you have come to know someone that does spiritual science or esoteric and spiritual practices, you will quickly come to understand that when you think you have got a lock on who that person is when that spirit transforms again. You see, the spirit is activity, it is transformation, it is a constant unfolding and developing of our inner soul and bodily functions, not only functions truly, but also activities in general. So when you have more or less, or well, as best as possible, become one with your spirit, with activity, with your own inner freedom and ability to think, feel, will, be creative, imaginative, gaining inspiration from outer, also be able to observe in silence, allowing for atmospheres and space so that others can do the same. These are all practices of spiritual, well, both intent and also origins. And based on where you focus yourself, the spirit grows or decays. That is also a fact. But it is about, are you giving yourself life-giving, nurturing, moral, and loving impulses? Or are you giving yourself repetitions so you are just a bystander in your own life? The more we allow ourselves to open ourselves up to higher realms, and when I say higher realms, it needs to be grasped with morality, or else either the head alone will come in and give cold, dead concepts, or the will take over and you become overly passionate. It is that both the head and will meets in the middle in emotions. When you have them all in control and balance, that none of them may take over or go out of hand, is when you are holding yourself in an equilibrium. The equilibrium between thinking, feeling, and willing. And by having your inner creativity alive, awakened, and directing it towards, let's say, certain areas you wish to study, areas you wish to understand, and you have the intention of understanding it, you will come to understand it. And it won't take that long either, because your capability for comprehension today is unparalleled in relation to earlier times. In earlier times, we had more dimly, atavistically clairvoyant faculties, where we were given direct impulses and inspirations from the divine realms. But for us to be able to earn the freedom and individuality that we were to gain on this earth development, we had to lose that connection for a certain while. Now today we are meant to grow into it again, but consciously, actively, as an individual in freedom, by our own striving, so that the divine realms come meet us in the middle, in a sense. They do not come further down than at a certain point, so we will have to work ourselves up there first. That is when they will meet us with inspiration. And our imagination is, well, the first tool to master. That means being able to think purely, to think with, as an example, when you think about a plant, every single plant on this whole earth is imagination. So for every plant you see, you can take all of these plants in a sense and make it so that it is an archetypical plant where every plant stems from, and that force is what shapes the plant. So from every plant you can shape to another plant. That is the living imagination, and that was just an example. Using your imagination to direct where you study, so you pay attention, follow along, so you can actually understand what is said, is an irreplaceable ability in esoteric science, because occultism, that means the hidden knowledge, must come from someone that has experienced the occult truths. And the occult has to truly be unfolded in morality and goodness, because hidden forces can also be destructive forces. But by having the love, compassion, warmth, and holding to it no matter what, not allowing any temptation to get in the way, and to also hold strong, and the stronger you become from within, the more you can, as an individual, see outwards without losing yourself into the world, in a big mass or in a group or anything, because that is fully possible. And you do not become bubbled in as an isolated being, feeling lonely and lonesome and completely alone, because you are not. You are embedded in this cosmos with the hierarchy, and also the earth beings and lower beings that also are here. So it is up to us as human beings to find out what is the love-giving, life-giving, active and healing beings under the Christ here, because the Christ is this planet's spirit. He is this planet's goodness. He is this planet's ideal love, more or less. And he allows the grace so that we can understand these forces of compassion, love, and in general being human. But the reality of the matter is, many of us are not human yet. Many of us are still on our way to become our I-ness, our ego, our spirit. And for us to truly unfold this, it needs patience. For patience, well, we are living many lifetimes and have come from many lifetimes. We will still live more. So it is more or less preparations for passing through the gate of death. Doesn't that sound depressing? Oh, but it is not. Because once you can connect into the bigger picture, into the macro, to where we came from, and to now, and to where we're going, this whole activity, these many changes and impulses that has come in and over time shaped and changed human beings and mankind and humankind over time, you can truly get a grasp of how infinitely sublime and magnificently awe-inspiring all of this is, and that there is no random occurrences. There is nothing that is random about this whatsoever. Everything is alive. Everything has a guiding force, even our karma, illness, and suffering. Because illness and suffering and pain came as a countermeasure to the luciferic temptations. The more sensual, egotistical, and self-serving activities we do is the exact amount of illness we bring into our lives. On the other hand, the more materialistic error we make by observing the outer sense perceptible realm and only deeming it as matter, only deeming it as dead atomic force and abstractions and theories, the more karma we collect upon our own being. And that is the karma we have to clear up in to make the error be overcome. For if we judge the outer sense perceptible realm with only our five senses and our reason, that means our intellect alone, we will never find the warmth, the beauty, the truly divine that plays in every single pore of this reality, because it comes from the heart. From the heart you warm up the whole of reality, and by doing so you bring life to your own inner being. You see here, that is the spirit. The spirit brings life. The spirit is the healer. The spirit is the activity, the center, the core of you. And the ego is the lower mirrored version of the spirit. It is a dead mirror image that needs to be united with the living spirit so that we can become actively creative again. When we become actively creative, we can unfold our own inner potential. And when we unfold our inner potential, we become alive again. So I will leave you with this today. May Father, Holy Spirit, Christ, Michael, ancient masters of all, ancestors from every incarnation, the Godhead, seraphim, cherubim, thrones, kyriadetes, dynamis, exousiae, archai, archangels, and angels, bless, protect, guide, and love you on your amazing, magnificent, unique, beautiful path to redemption and to awakening, preparation, enlightenment, and initiation. And may you truly find what you are meant to do, where your role in all of this is, what you decided to unfold before you came here. And that is where you can truly find, the small hints and the small riddles that has to be solved so that we can truly come into ourselves as individual beings in morality, love, striving for the divine. For we can never find the divine without love, without compassion, without, empathy. Because that will be utterly either Ahrimanic or luciferic. Pure will or pure thought without any warmth to it. But warmth, when you have warmth and it needs to be unfolded with the spirit, your spirit is behind your whole body, not only through your thinking. You are in your whole body. Your whole body is built up by spirit. The body is built for the spirit, by the spirit, just as your eyes are created for the light, by the light. So when you feel, the spirit is feeling. When you think, the spirit is thinking. When you see out your eyes, the spirit is seeing out your eyes. So, find out what is the living, divine spirit within you. And follow that thread. That thread will not be disappointing. Even if it takes a whole lifetime, the patience is required. And you will come to see it, I guarantee it. Because, those that strive will find. Those that seek in longing, seek as beggars of spirit, will truly find in the end. Love you. Thank you so much. Goodbye.